What's going on, sports fans? Once again, it's K2 to go for Vernon Speak Sports, mostly talking about Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Want to give a shout out to my fearless and true gang, War Eagle. Now, I told y'all I don't mind talking about other teams. But one thing I do want you all to know, that I'm not a troll by any means. I'm not a troll. I'm not going to badmouth any fan base. I'm not going to badmouth any team. I'm going to throw that disclaimer out there. You will never have to worry about that from me. But when I think about it, let's make sure that we're real accurate on the information, though. Because just as I, get on here and I analyze sports, I analyze Auburn football, I've analyzed Miami, Georgia. Hadn't got around to Florida until now in this video. But I give a fair analysis on what I see, on trends that I see, things of that nature. So when I listen to fans, me being an Auburn guy or whatever, definitely an SEC guy, so I know what's going on. I don't have a blind eye to the SEC. When someone tells me some stuff like, okay, Georgia blew Florida out, I just can't, I'm sick of listening to it. Because Georgia did not blow Florida out. As a matter of fact, the game was well within reach going into the fourth quarter. That's not a blowout. It's a difference. There's a difference between pulling away and blowing a team out. Like, say, I'm just going to use Auburn and Purdue as an example. Auburn blew Purdue out. The score was 50-something points in hand by halftime. As a matter of fact, when you really look at last season, Georgia didn't blow anybody out. Most of the games were pullaways. They pulled away from teams. Okay? And that's not to knock their success. I think Georgia had an incredible football season. I think they had a very solid football team. But Georgia did not blow anybody out. Now, I will tell you what they did do. They did dominate Florida. Oh, yes. They did dominate Florida. When you look at stats like, okay, total yards for Florida, 275, and Georgia, 429, yes, they dominated Florida. Definitely won the turnover battle. Florida had 3 crucial, I'm talking about crucial turnovers. The situation was Florida actually had a chance to now, I'm not going to say win the game, but Dan Mullen came up with an incredible offensive game plan in that, the biggest cocktail party. You know what I'm saying? But with the time of possession was kind of even. Georgia with 31 minutes, Florida with 28. First downs kind of sort of even, but like I told y'all in my last video, when I was talking about LSU and Auburn, those big rivalry games, the great equalizer is going to be turnovers and penalties. That was what separated Florida and Georgia. Separated that Florida and Georgia game. Georgia-Florida game, however you want to call it. So, Georgia fan base, I really appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I understand, Kirby Smart. The process